Hello, my name's Willow Arlena and welcome to my video channel. I'm here with my assistant and video goddess, Allie, who's helping me with all this. And this is a video about the Tarot of Transformation, which can be found on my website, mysticlifedesign.com.
The Tarot of Transformation provides the opportunity to connect with yourself and work on everyday life circumstances in order for you to become emotionally, physically, and spiritually aligned on your path.
This deck was first published in 2002 with this cover, and it's been reprinted many times with this cover. My hope in sharing these videos with you about this tarot deck and my other healing work is to inspire you on your journey through life. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Allie and I'm an assistant to Willow Arlena, one of the co-authors of the Tarot of Transformation. Today I'm going to be looking at one of the suits of the Minor Arcana, more specifically the suit of the Wands. So the suit of the Wands often has to do with the chakras, with creativity, life force, or some people is known as chi. One thing I want to notice or offer about the deck is that all the different suits and the major arcana are all different colors. So it can be really interesting as you're going through the deck to see how the different colors and things like that actually have certain themes. So the pink sort of theme that's in all of the wands, actually all the pictures have a nature spirit quality to them. You'll see a lot of fairies and things like that depicted in them. So just something to notice if you have the deck or if you're looking through and you notice the different colors. That's why it's color coordinated. So one thing about the wands that I'm going to go into as we're sort of going through the cards is sort of aligning them with the particular chakras, and it's pretty simple. For instance, like the One of Wands is going to go with the first chakra, and so I'll kind of not go over too much about chakras. There's probably millions of videos on YouTube about all the chakras and people that are much more informed than myself. However, we're just going to kind of compare a few little tidbits about the chakras, and sort of I'm going to hold up the card so you can really see how when you're working with wands, you can say, oh, maybe there's something that's happening in a particular chakra for me, or a blockage, or maybe I'm at a point in my life where I'm really working on strengthening or sort of cleaning out and doing work there. So to begin, like I said, the One of Wands relates with the root chakra. So the root chakra is typically, survival, our basic needs, things of that sort. It also has to do with expression, creativity, things that come out of life force a little bit. So as you can see, this one says grounding for creativity. And as you can see, like I said before, there is sort of a fairy depiction here, but it's being grounded into the earth in order to be able to rise up, in the same way that a plant obviously needs to have strong, firm roots in order for it to take in all the things around it in order for it to be strong and to grow towards the sun and outward. So obviously One of Wands relates to the first chakra. So second, the Two of Wands typically relates to the second chakra, which is, sexual energy, pleasure, intimacy, all of those things. So obviously the Two of Wands here depicts healing sexual energy. So the Three of Wands looks specifically at the solar plexus chakra. And if you want to find more information out about this particular card, Willow and I are actually working on doing some really awesome in-depth interviews about particular cards that line up to certain holidays, solstices, things like that. So the third chakra, often, this authentic nourishment piece can really align with Thanksgiving. So please check out the other video if you want to learn a little bit more in depth about this card. But again, the solar plexus chakra has to do with, our power center. A lot of people talk about it. So obviously this being able to radiate power out, but also being able to take energy in through that place. So number 4 obviously is the heart chakra. So opening the heart, that's, love, connection, things of that sort. So number 5, we have the throat chakra. So that's obviously communication, let's see here, like expression, sort of dealing with blocks, I think can be a big thing that comes up here, and sort of speaking our truth, I would say. So this card, like it says freeing your expression. So number 6 has to do with the third eye chakra. And obviously this has to do with sort of our intuition, and like this says, our inner seeing, our ability to know what's sort of going on within our whole spiritual, energetic sphere, things like that. All right, and number 7 is going to be our crown chakra, and that has to do with connecting to higher energies. So this card depicts that and saying opening to angels, and sort of that higher energy conscious awareness as well. So those are sort of the 7 main chakras. We obviously have, dozens and dozens of them other places, but 8, 9, and 10 of wands has to do with a few other things energetically. So the 8, let's see what way I have this. The 8 is out of body travel, so dream time. The 9 has to do with tantric sexuality, sort of that intimate connection to self and other. And then 10 has to do with no self, or moving beyond the self, sort of that, what we talk about in Buddhism, moving beyond the ego, to that place of equanimity, that place of present moment awareness. So last but not least, each suit obviously has the court cards. And in traditional tarot decks, a lot of times you're going to see, the king, the queen, the knights, the pages, things like that. And one thing I really, well, there's lots of things, but one thing in particular that I really love about this deck is that instead of those cards, you're going to see the server of wands. You're going to see the teacher of wands. You're going to see the healer of wands. And finally, you're going to see the master of wands. And what I love is that the book that accompanies it really goes into depth about the cards, and also why sort of moving away from this sort of traditional piece. And I think when reading it, what I came upon is that the reason for changing this was to make it more gender neutral. So I think that's really profound, that there's something so important about working with feminine and masculine energy that can come up in cards, but there isn't really a need to relate it to gender. So I thought that was really a cool update to these particular cards. So in the book, The Tarot of Transformation, you can find more information about formal and informal ways of using the cards. Most folks sometimes will use it for readings, spreads, things like that. But Jasmine and Willow really go into other ways that you can really expand using these cards, whether that's processing around the cards, rather than having the cards face down, you might have them up and see how your body's drawn to particular cards. And using dance, using writing, using art to really move into our own soul place, really unfolding and using the cards not as only like a language coming into ourselves, but really moving towards sort of that, our highest self, that guiding light, some of those pieces. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this video for the major arcana, or the minor arcana. And I will be doing more videos on, swords, cups, things like that.
Hi there! I hope you've enjoyed this video about the Tarot of Transformation. The deck can be found on my website at mysticlifedesign.com. You might also enjoy some of my other books: Seasons of the Goddess, The Cycle Around the Tree of Life, Journey Through the Chakras, a color and contemplation book, and The Path Through Emotional Pain. In my healing work, I offer psychic chakra energy readings, archetypal energy psychotherapy, and trauma resolution work. You can find out more about these things at www.mysticlife.com. mysticlifedesign.com. Thank you so much.